Formed from prehistoric lake evaporation over 40,000 years, Salar de Uyuni sits atop the Andean Plateau at 3,656 meters, covering over 10,000 square kilometers of solid salt crust. Beneath lies one of the planet's largest lithium reserves. During rainy season, a thin water layer creates a flawless mirror effect. Cacti-covered islands rise from the flat, while flamingos gather in nearby lagoons, making this otherworldly desert both a geological wonder and an ecological refuge. Soviet geologists accidentally created this crater in 1971 while drilling for gas, causing the ground to collapse into an underground cavern. Fearing toxic methane leaks, engineers ignited it, expecting the fire to burn out within weeks. Instead, it has blazed for over 5 decades. Located in the arid Karakum Desert, the 70-meter-wide pit glows orange at night against sand dunes, drawing daring travelers to camp near its scorching, sulfur-scented edge under desert stars. These quartzite sandstone pillars formed over 380 million years through tectonic uplift followed by relentless water and wind erosion, carving over 3,000 narrow spires across Wallinguan's subtropical forest. Dense fog frequently rolls through the valleys, creating the ethereal, layered look seen in countless films. The area supports rare wildlife, including the Chinese giant salamander. A glass skywalk and the world's tallest outdoor elevator now let visitors experience the dizzying scale firsthand. Carved over 5 million years by an underground river dissolving limestone, Sun Dung stretches nearly 9 kilometers through Phong and Chabang National Park. Sections of collapsed ceiling created massive skylights, letting sunlight pour in and jungle ecosystems flourish inside, complete with trees, mist, and unique cave-adapted species. Its main chamber is large enough to fit a 40-story skyscraper. Local farmer Ho Kon first found the entrance in 1991, but full exploration waited until 2009. Vatnajökull covers roughly 8% of Iceland, hiding active volcanoes beneath its ice. Meltwater carves temporary caverns each autumn, compressing air bubbles so tightly that the ice absorbs every color except deep blue. These caves shift shape yearly and can collapse without warning, making guided visits essential. Nearby, geothermal vents and black volcanic sand contrast sharply with the ice, showcasing Iceland's rare combination of fire and frost within a single dramatic landscape. Formed 30 million years ago from marine limestone later uplifted by tectonic activity, the Waitomo caves feature dramatic stalactites and an underground river. The star attraction, Arachnocampa luminosa, is a glowworm species found only in New Zealand, whose larvae dangle sticky silk threads and emit blue-green light to lure prey. Boat tours drift silently beneath thousands of these lights, creating a mirrored galaxy effect found nowhere else on Earth. Nestled within the Knuckles mountain range, Mima sits surrounded by cloud forests, granite peaks, and cascading rivers shaped by monsoon rainfall and ancient erosion. The village lacks road access, reachable only by crossing rivers and hiking steep jungle paths. This isolation preserved traditional Sri Lankan village life, including ancestral farming methods and folklore rarely seen elsewhere. Leopards, endemic birds, and dense biodiversity thrive in the surrounding protected forest, making Mima both a cultural and ecological time capsule. Lake Hilia's bubblegum pink color persists year-round, even when water is bottled and removed. Scientists attribute the hue to salt-loving algae and pigmented bacteria thriving in the hypersaline water. Separated from the ocean only by a thin strip of sand and dunes, the lake sits within the Recherche archipelago off Western Australia's coast. Surrounded by eucalyptus forest and coastal scrub, it remains one of the planet's few naturally pink lakes visible dramatically from above. Located on Navajo land near Page, Arizona, Antelope Canyon formed through repeated flash flooding that eroded soft Navajo sandstone into flowing, wave-like walls. Rainwater rushing through cracks over thousands of years smoothed and widened the passage, while wind polished its curves further. Sunlight beams pierced narrow openings above, illuminating shifting shades of orange and purple inside. The canyon holds deep spiritual significance for the Navajo people, who guide all visitor access. Located in Hinatuan, Surigao del Sur, this short river surges directly from a limestone cave system, reaching depths of over 80 meters just meters from its source. Its brilliant turquoise color comes from mineral-rich waters and light refraction rather than pollution. Locals call it enchanted due to folklore about spirits guarding its depths and forbidding fishing. Despite modern exploration attempts, divers have yet to fully map its underwater cave network. Tsingy de Bemaraha formed as rainwater slowly dissolved a thick limestone plateau, carving needle-sharp pinnacles, hidden caves, and deep canyons over millions of years. The Malagasy word tsingy means walking on tiptoes, describing the terrain's danger. This labyrinth shelters endemic lemurs, including the Deccan sifaka, alongside rare birds and reptiles isolated by Madagascar's long separation from mainland Africa. Rope bridges now let adventurous travelers cross safely above the jagged stone canyons below. Rising above 5,000 meters in the Andes, Vinicunca stripes come from layered mineral deposits, including iron, sulfur, and copper compounds, each producing different colors. For centuries, snow and ice concealed the mountain until warming temperatures melted its glacial cover, exposing the vivid rock only within the last decade. Located near Cusco, the trek crosses high-altitude terrain where alpacas graze, testing visitors with thin air, sudden weather shifts, and breathtaking Andean scenery. Troll Tunga, meaning troll's tongue, formed during the last ice age as glacier cracked and plucked away sections of solid rock, leaving a flat, protruding ledge 700 meters above Lake Ringedal's Vatnet. Surrounding fjords and mountains resulted from repeated glacial carving across Norway's rugged terrain. The remote hike takes up to 12 hours round trip through alpine landscapes, snowfields, and waterfalls, rewarding visitors with sweeping views once reserved only for trolls in local folklore. Once an ancient seabed, the White Desert's chalk rock formed from compressed marine sediment millions of years ago. Relentless desert winds and sandstorms carved the soft chalk into surreal mushroom, tower, and animal-shaped formations scattered across Farafra Oasis. By day, the landscape glows bright white under intense sun. At night, temperatures plunge and the formations turn silver under starlight. Bedouin guides lead camping trips through this otherworldly, sculpture-filled desert plain. Discovered by a diver in 1986, the Yonaguni Monument lies submerged near Japan's southernmost islands, featuring sharp right angles, flat terraces, and staircase-like edges. Geologists argue that natural sandstone fracturing along fault lines could produce these shapes, while others suspect human construction from a civilization submerged after rising sea levels post-ice age. Strong currents and cooler subtropical waters surround the site, home to hammerhead sharks that migrate seasonally, adding mystery to an already debated underwater landmark. Socotra split from mainland Africa around 6 million years ago, drifting into the Arabian Sea and evolving in complete isolation. This separation produced extraordinary endemic species, including the umbrella-shaped dragon's blood tree, whose red sap was historically prized as medicine and dye. Desert plains, limestone caves, and white beaches surround dramatic granite mountains shaped by monsoon winds. Nearly a third of Socotra's plant species exist nowhere else, earning it the nickname the Galapagos of the Indian Ocean. The Danakil Depression sits over 100 meters below sea level, formed where three tectonic plates slowly pull apart, thinning the crust and fueling constant volcanic activity. Erta Ale's lava lake glows nearby, while hydrothermal fields release scalding, acidic pools rich in sulfur, potassium salts, and iron oxide, staining the ground vivid yellow and orange. Daytime temperatures regularly exceed 45 degrees Celsius, making it one of the most inhospitable, alien-like inhabited landscapes on the planet.